In this video, we explore Gemini bridges and some of the back roads to get there. So I hope you enjoy this video. Please like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Thanks for watching. In this video, we decided to do the Gemini Trail. So here's the route we take. We leave Spanish Trail, we go up and we go down Potash Road and take up Long Canyon, which is an easy, beautiful drive. And then we kind of meander through the woods, which is about where I managed to wrench my back. And then we head on down to most Gemini Pines and then come back to Spanish Trails. And we just explore the area a little bit. This was really our last ride there, mainly because I hurt my back on this drive. But beautiful drive, and I hope you enjoy the video. And let me just say, this is what you get when you forget to take the cover off the lens. So for reference, take the cover off the lens before you start. So I realized I'd left the lens cover on about the time we hit Long Canyon, which is good. At least I found it before we hit the trails. So this is a beautiful drive. So here we go back through Long Canyon. I did a video on that, so I'm going to cut most of this out because you've already seen it. No sense in showing it again. But I'll leave a couple pieces, but it's a beautiful drive. So if you haven't seen the video, go look at my Long Canyon Trail video because it's a beautiful drive. Long Canyon is a nice, easy trail anybody can do, most any vehicle. There are a few rocks and there's a few steep places, but really simple drive, and for any four-wheel drive for sure. But a beautiful drive going up. I'm sure when it's snowy or whatever it's harder, but still it's an easy drive and a beautiful, beautiful view. So I'm going to flip to the part where we get off the road after we go under the rock, because of course that's important. And then there's one more view scene that I really think is gorgeous, so I'll leave that in, and then we'll flip to where we take our route over to Gemini. That was the view side, and it is gorgeous. And here's where I decided we'd just turn off the main road. If you go on up and go to the left, you go to Dead Horse Point State Park. So we're going to cut over and kind of take some back roads, trails over to Gemini Trails, or Gemini Bridge. And this is probably where I made a mistake, because somewhere up in here, we weren't doing anything dangerous. There wasn't an obstacle. It wasn't tricky. It wasn't technical. We just hit a bump and I twisted wrong. And then I suffered the rest of the trip. So, yeah, wish it was an exciting story to tell about how we were climbing some amazing obstacle, but we weren't. I just twisted wrong and somehow pulled a muscle in my back. And I had hurt my back years ago on a horse, so it's probably from that, but still a fun drive. These are some trails that are just in the back area. There's trails all over up there. And we were following this one. The thing is, we come up to this and you can't see what's on the other side. You can tell the trail goes up, but what's on the other side? So we are on the side of caution and climb up and take a look around, and it's nothing up there. It's flat. But yeah, we had to get out and check stuff because it's not a regular trail, and you don't really know what's up on the other side. Sometimes it's a little bit questionable. I don't know why. And then again, Vic talked me into getting out and videoing him, and which is at least this time there wasn't water for me to walk through, so that was better. So I climb up. It just feels right somehow. To all my doors, you have found the key. Got nowhere left to hide. You bring out the best in me, more than I As you can see, most of the stuff here isn't too difficult. The rocks are not slick, and it's just a fun drive through here. And you'd have thought once I hurt my back, I'd have picked a smoother ride out, but I'm not that smart. So I just kind of picked on through so we could take some of the back roads over to Gemini Bridge. It was a beautiful drive, though. The weather was gorgeous. The trails were a little rough, but nothing, too technical or anything. Just kind of cool to see some of the back trails. There was no one else out there with us either. We didn't see anybody else on these back trails. Let's ride this train. Come on. Let's ride this train. Now I ain't missed a 9 to 5. I don't hear it in my song. I'm gonna pull my weight, don't get me wrong. Brand new start and a whole new part. They are big old shoes to fill. I'll be there on that platform, babe. No, I will. Come on, let's ride this train. Come on, let's ride this train. Now nothing is this rush of life. You'll never find its match. It's all you live to be a million years. All hearts are lost by default in the time of a single beat. We're leaving on the next train, babe. So take your seat. We continued to pick our way through these side roads. There wasn't anybody else out there, so that made it fun. And then when you hit the Gemini Bridges Trail, it's just like a road. It's smooth and easy. There are parts of it, I think, towards the end that are a little more, or that have a few obstacles, but I don't think it's anything. I think this is one of the more easy trails. So we just kind of rode along it and enjoyed the views. It was stunning out there. Here we're coming up on one of the viewpoints, and also I think there is a trail where you can walk out to some of the rock bridges, the Gemini bridges. We would have probably done that had my back not been bothering me, but as it was, it just didn't seem like the best choice. So we found a place over here, pulled up, and had a beautiful view with our lunch, which was awesome. And to be able to sit and just see these stunning views and pretty amazing sights out here. After lunch, we decided to head on down and see what else was down here. We don't go a lot further just simply because my back was bothering me and I was kind of done. But we went down a little ways and just explored a little bit to see what else was there. Plus, we knew we had to go back, so we didn't want to be real late. So we kind of went down here and played through these rocks and just looked around.
I'm pretty sure you're safe, but still afraid. I'm walking in your garden, knowing what you're dreaming of. Past the copper statues of everyone you've ever loved. Lower down the bridge and let
we knew at some point we were going to turn around because this road goes all the way out to way past where we wanted to be to drive down the highway to come back to camp. So we always knew we would turn around, and so we come up here just a little bit and then opt to go ahead and turn around and head back, and we take a much more straight route back because we had went the side roads on the way here, so then we decided to kind of head on back. So up here coming up is where we say, okay, that's great, we've seen it, we'll turn around. You can see this is a very popular road. It's because, it's very easy. You have bicycles, motorcycles, cars, jeeps, and side-by-sides and everything else. I would have liked to have done the hike out there, but like I said, it just wasn't happening on that day. So here we are headed back, and I'm going to cut out most of the drive because most of it is roads, and I'll show you some petroglyphs at the end where we stop and see some petroglyphs along the way. And this is the main highway that if you take it, you go right up to the national park, Capitol Reef. And if you turn here, you head, well, in our case, back to camp. But also, this road goes straight to Dead Horse Point State Park, which if you've never been, it is a beautiful park. We stayed there a few years ago. So, gorgeous park. But I'm going to cut out most of the road running, but this is how we got back. A very easy drive to get there. If you want to get to Gemini Bridges in a hurry, pretty easy drive. And we turned back on the road to Long Canyon, which is an easy drive straight to Long Canyon, and then we'll get back on Potash Road to go to back to camp, and we'll stop and see some petroglyphs along the way. Up here is where some of the petroglyphs are. You can see there's a tour group there that happened to be there at the same time. So we were trying not to interfere with them or, bother them with there. But we did want to stop and just try to at least get a couple of pictures of the petroglyphs. That's the best photo I got. There are some others you could have walked up. I think you could do some little hiking in that area and see some others. But it gives you an idea what they are. And this is downtown Moab. You can see it's a pretty busy road, just trying to wind your way through it. So, yeah, pretty busy, but fun town to be in. I mentioned the speed limits in other videos, but you can see here to the right, speed limit's 30 for cars, but for OHVs it's 20, which makes cars get behind you and get very impatient. Doesn't seem like the best choice to me, but what do I know? I don't live there. So I understand why it's to keep the noise down, but it makes cars get very impatient being behind you. So be aware of what's behind you and be prepared to move over to let them pass, because I don't blame them for being frustrated. And here we are back home. So please like, subscribe, leave a comment. Thanks for watching. We will see you down the road.